In North Philadelphia, a store manager shoots and kills a robbery suspect after he tries to hold up this Dollar General store. The robber looks like he had a fake gun, but the owner had a real one. Steve.
Yeah, and nobody knows the difference between a toy gun and a real gun these days because they made so good. These guys break off the orange bit that's supposed to be on every toy gun by law. And he had it in a black bag with a bunch of rubber bands around it anyway. So he was trying to make them look to see this and not really a good look at the toy gun. And he wouldn't put it down. And the store manager, let's give him credit because he didn't just come in and blow that guy away point blank. He tried to talk this guy out of it. And this guy eventually doesn't do that. So what happens is it's at 8:30 last night. Here's the store, 9th and Girard. Very busy corner on the outskirts of Center City. Girard Avenue, now one of the main strips here in Philadelphia where a lot of people are moving to. Dollar General is this national chain of 18,000 stores. So you know they have all the greatest surveillance, and a lot of them have security guards. But this cashier calls the manager over. Perhaps she knows that he's armed, and we'll wait and see if he gets fired now from Dollar General or whether it's store policy not to have a gun or to have a gun just in case. But we now know in Philadelphia so many store owners and store workers and delivery men are getting guns at record amounts because of stuff like this.
The cashier, before opening the drawer, signaled to the manager who was standing just a few feet away and signaled to him that this person that was standing in front of her was planning on robbing the store. The manager came over, attempted to talk to him. The suspect then said again, "I have a gun. Give me all your money, open the cash drawer." At that point, the suspect brandished a makeshift weapon. It was in the shape of a gun, it was covered in plastic, and displayed that. At that point, the manager of this store, who was licensed to carry, pulled out a gun and shot the suspect once in the head.
And we learned from detectives this is a 36-year-old man with a long history of crime, in and out of jail, in and out of prison, doesn't learn his lesson. And sadly, this store manager cooperating with homicide, as is the cashier and all the customers and witnesses in there, along with the surveillance providing a good look at what happened from 15 different angles. Sadly, he has to use his gun. That's the thing about people who legally buy and own guns. They don't just buy a gun and just figure, I'll use it if I ever have to. They train with it on how to use it, and they know when to use it. And they also think ahead of time, boy, if I do use it, I'm going to have to face the consequences, so I better use it in a life or death situation. So the store manager was faced with maybe saving the life of that female cashier or his own life, but he did, detectives say, on the video, constantly try to talk this guy out of leaving the store. And perhaps he thought the guy might not have a real gun, too, and he didn't feel in fear of his life immediately. But when this guy says, no, give me all the cash, and he keeps pointing this thing at him, he felt it was a life or death situation. He had to pull the trigger, and he did so, saving his life, the cashier's life, and who knows how many other lives. And this now 36-year-old armed robber won't be holding up any other places anytime soon.
Yeah.